By endurance, we conquer. This principle defined Shackleton when his Antarctic expedition faced catastrophe. Imagine standing on a frozen frontier where every moment could be your last, icy winds cutting through layers, the endless white horizon offering no escape. The Endurance Expedition of 1915 remains the ultimate testament to human resilience in the face of impossible odds. In today's video, I'm breaking down the 5 most critical moments from this harrowing journey, decisions and actions that determined survival against overwhelming circumstances. By the end, you'll have the tools to transform your toughest moments into breakthroughs, applying the same mindset techniques that saved lives on the ice. The 5 critical decision points that saved 27 lives. What if I told you that resilience isn't an abstract quality, but a series of specific decisions made at pivotal moments? The Endurance Expedition reveals exactly how this works. When we examine the most harrowing survival story of the 20th century, we discover that resilience isn't some mystical characteristic. It's a practical framework that anyone can learn. When the Endurance became trapped in ice in January 1915, Shackleton faced his first critical decision point. The ship groaned under the immense pressure of the ice, wooden beams creaking in protest as the endless white horizon stretched in all directions. The isolation was absolute. Years of planning, thousands of pounds in fundraising, and the expectations of the British Empire now faced catastrophic failure. Shackleton responded with immediate acceptance of the changed circumstances. His journal entries show no self-pity or denial. He instantly shifted his goal from cross Antarctica to bring all men home alive, a mental pivot that conserved psychological energy for the challenges ahead. Like a phoenix rising from the frozen depths, Shackleton transformed tragedy into opportunity when the ship finally surrendered to the crushing ice in November 1915. While the crew watched their vessel disappear beneath the surface, he ordered all men to secure supplies and establish a new camp. "Ship and stores have gone, so now we'll go home," he told them with pragmatic optimism. This wasn't empty positivity, but strategic hope paired with immediate action. For nearly 6 months, the men lived on drifting ice floes, constantly at risk. Shackleton maintained psychological health through strict routines and meaningful occupation. Morning roll calls gave way to assigned duties, meteorological readings, hunting parties, and equipment maintenance. Soccer matches on the ice brought unexpected joy, men laughing despite frostbitten toes as they chased a makeshift ball across the frozen surface. During one particularly difficult week, he surprised the crew with a special feast day using hidden rations, visibly lifting spirits as expedition photographer Frank Hurley documented the celebration. When the ice carried them to the Weddell Sea's edge, Shackleton made his boldest move, sailing 800 miles across the world's most dangerous waters in a 22-foot lifeboat. He selected 6 men and transformed the flimsy James Caird into a lifeline of hope. Navigator Frank Worsley wielded his sextant through hurricane-force winds and mountainous waves, their bodies soaked and frozen as they battled each punishing day. After 16 brutal days, they accomplished the nearly impossible, locating a tiny island in the vast Southern Ocean. The final challenge emerged after reaching South Georgia. With the whaling station 32 miles away across unmapped mountains, Shackleton and 2 men ventured into terrain no human had crossed. The biting wind cut through inadequate clothing as they faced treacherous glaciers. They drove carpenter's screws into their boots for traction, the metal biting into ice as they climbed. Their final rope, cut into thirds, bound them together as they navigated precipitous ridges. When faced with a dangerous descent, Shackleton initiated a controlled slide down a steep snowfield, their bodies hurtling through the freezing air to save precious hours during their 36-hour non-stop trek. Each decision point illuminates Shackleton's resilience framework. rapid assessment, acceptance of new reality, identification of controllable variables, and decisive action. By focusing exclusively on what could be influenced rather than lamenting what couldn't, he accomplished what seemed impossible, bringing every man home alive. Shackleton's legacy is his methodical turning of crisis into survival. As Captain Worsley observed, Shackleton's spirits were wonderfully irrepressible considering the heartbreaking reverses he has had to put up with. This is the mindset you can embody when facing your challenges. Modern business and military organizations study Shackleton's principles because they apply universally. His approach, breaking down impossible challenges into manageable decision points, creates a framework anyone can use. When facing your crisis, remember that every challenge hides a decision point where hope and action intersect. Circumstances may dictate our situation, but our response remains entirely within our control.